Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am frankly FM84 and a big thank you for joining me on episode 5 of Potential Superstars of FM22. So if you caught the last episode, you would have seen our player profile on Ryan Gravenberch and how he turns into a special player on FM22. He turns into a bit of a midfield maestro. In today's episode, I think we found another one. So let's have a little look at Marcos Antonio. You can see that he starts the game off as a 21-year-old. He is Brazilian and hasn't yet played for any of the international teams. Looking at him positionally, he plays as a midfielder in the centre, can also play as a defensive midfielder. Starts off the game with Shakhtar Donetsk, and they value him at 13 to 40 million pounds, and they start him off on a £10,500 per week contract which runs until 2024, so they have him tied up for the next 4 years. When we look at him in terms of his stats, you can see that he has a good set of technicals, not brilliant but lots to improve on. He does have dribbling of 13, finishing of 12, first touch of 14, passing of 14, penalty taking of 12, and technique of 15. In terms of his mentals, he has a good set of mental skills here, with anticipation of 16, decisions of 16, off the ball 17, work rate of 16. He also has teamwork and vision of 14. He has concentration of 13, determination of 15, and flair at 14. In terms of his physicals, he starts the game off as a pretty decent footballer with acceleration of 13, agility of 15, balance of 12, natural fitness of 13, pace of 16, so he's going to be able to run at people from midfield, and also stamina of 13. Looking at his player traits, he likes to move into the channels, he can come deep to get the ball, he dictates the tempo of the play. When we have a look at his career so far, you can see that he's actually started off at ATP but didn't play there, moved to Estoril in Portugal and played 3 times there before moving on to Shakhtar Donetsk, where he has played 52 games and scored 4 goals. So, looking at him at the start of the game, looks like he's going to develop quite a lot, and we are going to jump on forwards 5 years to see exactly how much he comes on as a footballer. But as always, if you've seen the series so far, this is my little opportunity to ask at one small favour. If you've got this far into the video, you haven't hit the subscribe and like button already, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and do that, and we will continue 5 years on into the future and show you exactly how he develops. If you are one of the people that have done that already, I appreciate all the support that I have been getting across the months that I've been doing YouTube, and I appreciate every single person who took the time to click those buttons. So let's not waste any more time, jump forward the 5 years and show you exactly what Marcos Antonio becomes in FM22. So here it is, the moment of truth. The date has moved on to the 1st of July 2026, and you can see Marcos Antonio is now a 26-year-old Brazilian who has played 40 times for the full national team, scoring 9 goals, and he is now contracted to Liverpool. Liverpool buy quite a lot of players in this game, and this I think is the 3rd player that we have profiled that they have bought the player. Looking at him as a player now, you can see with his contract being at £215,000 per week until 2030, they've tied him down for a significant amount of years. He's valued between 69 and £207 million, so clearly developed into a world-class footballer. Looking at his stats, you can see in terms of his technicals, they still don't fully develop. He has 14 dribbling, 13 finishing, 15 first touch, long shots of 13, marking of 13, but passing and technique of 16 make him a real midfield threat. In terms of his mentals, they continue to develop with anticipation of 18, decisions of 17, off the ball of 18, vision and work rate both 17, solid mentals. And in terms of his physicals, you can see he now has 15 acceleration, 18 agility, which makes him agile in the middle of the park, balance of 14, natural fitness of 14, pace of 17, stamina of 15, and strength of 11. In terms of his player traits, he still comes deep to get the ball, and he now dictates the tempo of the play. When we look at him across the 5 years that we simulated the game, you can see in 21-22 season for Shakhtar, played 23 times, scoring 6 goals, 10 assists, and 2 Player of the Match awards, and got a 7.61 average rating. The next season, in 22-23, 23 games, didn't actually get on the score sheet this time. 3 assists though, no Player of the Matches, but did have a 7.43 average rating. 23-24, only 15 games, 2 goals, 4 assists, and a 7.37 average rating. Then the big move comes, £46 million in the 23-24 season to Liverpool. In the Premier Division, he played 15 games, scoring 6 goals, 2 assists, no Player of the Matches, has a 7.14 average rating. 25-26, he goes on and plays, 24-25 first, 34 games, 4 goals, 7 assists, 1 Player of the Match, and a 7.1 average rating. And then actually, in the 25-26 season, his lowest average rating is 7.01, but he does play 33 times, scoring 7 goals, 7 assists, with 1 Player of the Match. So, for a player who starts off as a bit of a rough diamond, doesn't make any international appearances at the start of the game, and is contracted in the Ukrainian league, his big move to Liverpool comes along, and Marcos Antonio really does develop into a footballer that can help your team out in the middle of the park. He's world class. His stats in terms of his technicals might not look it, but those mentals and physicals more than make up for it. And I think he's a player that will improve any team in Europe. And Liverpool seem to have got their hands on him for quite a cheap amount of money. And I think you won't need to be a massive club to get your hands on him, but Marcos Antonio will improve any team that he plays for. So then, that's my player profile of Marcos Antonio, a player who starts the game off out in the Ukraine, and in this simulation of the game ends up playing for Liverpool. If you are going to try and sign Marcos Antonio, let me know down in the section below in the comments box how he gets on for your team, how much you pay for him, what team you're managing, and if he goes on to become a world star that he looks at Liverpool. So, again, if you haven't hit the subscribe button and the like button and you're at this point of the video, please consider doing so, as all the help that I get on this channel is greatly appreciated. But for this one, this video is pretty much complete. I'm going to wrap it up. A big thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next episode.